Greetings, YouTube. I was just looking over this new post about Season 3 of Alliance War, and I feel as bipolar as I have ever felt before because there are things to get really excited about, and then things that I believe, at least from my perspective, are legitimate concerns that may make Alliance War even worse to those that have already felt burnt out and potentially are using this as a motivation to just straight up quit the game, which is never my goal when trying to put out content. So I wanted us to look at this together and just see what it is that we are going to be awaiting on in Season 3. So first off, most of you know this by now, but we only have 2 weeks off. A cooldown period of 2 weeks, which is not a lot of time at all between seasons. Not a lot of time to restock boosts and potions and revives and just take a deep breath from what can be a very stressful and anxious part of the game, especially if you are in those top alliances where every point could determine really game-changing rewards at the end of the season. So, yes, we know July 11th will be the start of Season 3, but they're going to be introducing changes to scoring and maps and to keep the mode fresh and introduce new challenges that continuously shift the contest meta, which I think is a fancy way of saying we really want to make this harder to get more money. But you be the judge at the end of this post. Our first major change is to the cadence of Alliance War seasons as a whole. Alliance War seasons will be shifting from 8-week long seasons into shorter 4-week seasons. Now, I do think that is a huge plus. An Alliance War that lasts a month instead of 2 months. That certainly the season will keep it from just feeling like it drags on forever and ever and ever. And if you do about 3 Alliance Wars a week, that gives you, for one season, 3 times 4, right? 12 Alliance Wars. And so if you are budgeting 1,000 units a week in those top alliances for boosts and revives and whatever, that gives you 12,000 units worth of items to budget, hopefully not having to use all of them, of course. But the drawback is because the rewards are not as enticing in terms of the season, they're going to be cut back. So it does say, and I haven't looked into this yet because we're just going to concentrate on this post today, that the rewards have also been adjusted accordingly. You can see season rewards in-game from the Alliance War tab under season rewards. All right, so the intent of this change is to make seasons more manageable and also keep the mode more competitive for the entirety of the shorter season. When they say more competitive, they are talking about more reasons to spend. Let's just leave it there. While also giving summoners more opportunities throughout the year to find new alliances, that's good. Recruit new members, always tough. Or to start a new one. The minimum number of wars you must participate in to qualify for season rewards remains at 5. That is significant because, as I just stated, if you only have 12 wars per season now, you basically have to be in just under half of them with the same alliance to qualify. This really is unfortunate for the people that get kicked. I cannot tell you how many people. I got lucky when I got kicked. I still had plenty of time to find a good alliance and get my 5 count of Alliance Wars in to get those rewards. But there are a lot of people, even days before the end of the season, that get kicked. Just really shady stuff. And Dorky Diggity Dave had an amazing video. I always really appreciate his content, saying that they should prorate this to where if you do get kicked, you at least get to have some stake in the Alliance Wars that you participated in. Because, of course, right now, you could participate in every Alliance War and maybe carry your alliance in some of those. And then for any reason, you can be booted and get nothing. Your alliance officers now control all of your fate of Alliance War with the click of a kick. Okay, so secondly, we'll start with the positive. We're adding 1,125 Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments, which is not nothing, and 4,500 Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts fragments to the rewards for the Gold 1 bracket, which I currently am in, to help transition alliances in that bracket forward. I think that's fantastic. I'm never going to complain about more rewards for the same bracket. This will also cause those Gold 2 and Gold 3 alliances to really want to get to Gold 1. No doubt about that. Okay, this is what terrifies me to death. Third, we will be removing points for Defender Diversity. While this scoring method was originally meant to act as a tiebreaker, and we have moved closer and closer with every iteration of Defender diversity, it is still determining the winner in many wars, as many alliances were still able to achieve 100% map exploration. Failing to completely diversify your defenders would lead to an automatic loss, resulting in these wars being determined before the war even started. In many other cases, diversity was also forcing users to place weaker champions, resulting in easily defeated defenders, which I personally appreciate. I appreciate when I get 1 or 2 fights against a easy defender so that I'm not using all of my items and health, because I know that I'm going to have to go up against a MODOK or an Infinity War Iron Man or a Medusa, you name it. As we continue to monitor wars and defender placement, we will determine if defender diversity will return in later seasons, but want to avoid the return of spreadsheet wars, which again, I don't think is that bad of a thing. So let me put this into perspective for those of you that don't really know what this means or you haven't processed this yet. If diversity is gone, the whole reason, and I love diversity, not just because some fights are easier, but also because Alliance War is stressful as it is with the mini bosses and the top bosses. We used to have in Alliance War just rows and rows and rows of Magics before Blade and Nightcrawler. Those were the 2 most painful defenders, and Classic Spidey's probably 3rd, and then Juggernaut 4th. So you would have just the most hellacious, terrible time in Alliance War fighting the same terrible defenders over and over and over again on every node and having it just be a nightmare. That could return easily. You could see 10 Infinity War Iron Men, 10 MODOKs, 10 Medusas, and the entire result of this, especially, I cannot imagine everybody throwing their 5-star Medusa in like the Master or Platinum brackets. There's no way that you're going to avoid not losing health. Can you imagine like 5 dominoes in a row to where as long as they continue to make these new champions that have you lose health, considering just for the RNG, not in terms of anything that's skill-based, you are going to die a lot more, and yes, it's going to be a lot harder to 100% the map, and that is, I guess, a good thing in theory, because you won't have as many ties resulting in 100% for both. But the main drawback is that it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell to go through an entire row of just insanely powerful champions, and this is making me really continue to consider leaving any alliance that does Alliance War and just concentrating on Alliance quests and Summoner Advancement. And I'm still going to be really active, so I don't know if retirement's necessarily the right word to use, but this is not going to be fun at all. I mean, it's not already fun. This is going to put the FU in fun, and that is not a good thing. All right, the maps for easy and normal have been completely overhauled, making completion more achievable for growing alliances and reducing complexity for those newer to the game. Okay, that's good. We've reduced the pass, so only 5 summoners per battle group are required to reach maximum exploration rewards. Again, that's a great plus, Kabam. I'm trying to give you credit where credit is due, despite the fact that this diversity thing has my head spinning, and have removed the portals, instead opting for interlocking paths where players can choose to change directions. Okay. We've also reduced the number of linked nodes from 37 to 12 in normal difficulty and 6 in easy difficulty. I mean, sign me up, right? Sign me up. I'll do one of those. I'm not trying to be a wuss, even though I do think compared to the other YouTubers in the game, I'm probably the worst skill-wise. I have no problem saying that. But just in general, sign me up. Sign me up for something fun that's not going to be able to give me nightmares and high anxiety. The Challenger and Expert maps are getting a significant boost in difficulty. Oh, yay! Just what I wanted. At this time, exploration and battle group completion is still nearly always 100%, which we know they don't want from the diversity already, but should be the determining factors of which alliance wins the war and not the attacker bonus. Therefore, nodes 27 to 31, rest in peace everybody who goes down those, on both of these maps will now act as a second set of mini-bosses. Screw that trash. They will also be visible before you enter the map, so attackers will be able to plan ahead to counter the champion in use. Although if it's like 5 straight Medusas, good luck with that. And defenders will have a secondary layer of tricky fights. Oh, tricky fights. I'm sure that just means total BS stress, outside of just the mini-bosses and final boss at the top of the map. This is more of a challenge, aka more of a chance for us to get your money, but in the past we have tried to increase the difficulty to rein in the 100% completion, but have yet to be able to do it. We will continue to monitor the difficulty of these maps, and shorter seasons will allow us to iterate quicker. The buff changes will be as follows. Oh lord. Okay, new buffs. 300% health boost. Can you imagine a 6-star champ on a 300% health boost? You're going to time out like nothing else. Counter tactics, breakthrough, stun immunity. Okay, we're keeping there. Okay, so True Strike is gone. I always enjoyed playing that one. So buff duration, that should be interesting for certain champs that already have long buffs like Medusa. If you're making her living strands even longer. 150% champion boost. Again, 300% health. Man, that's just going to suck. Stupefy keeping. Limber 20%. Bleed immunity. Poison immunity. Those shouldn't be too bad. All or nothing. Oh, great. That's going to be fun. Plagued Mind 2. Okay, shouldn't be too bad. Feats of Power. I got to be honest, I don't know what some of these are. The Masochism. Good lord. I hate Masochism. Mystic Ward. Recovery 100%. Buff duration. Also hate Buffet or Buffy or Buffett. And, oh boy, well, you can read some of these. I'll put the description in the link below. There you have it, Summoners. Remember, Alliance War Season 3 kicks off on July 11th to give you even less time to prepare. That's, of course, my own commentary. So what is my feedback? Well, as I kind of stated at the beginning, this is meant to make it harder. And I have no doubt that you are still going to see the top alliances 100% maps because they are just that good and they have great champions. But it's going to be some BS. I have received some very kind invitations in the last 12 hours to join Platinum 1 alliances, Platinum 2 alliances, Platinum 3 alliances. And I tell them the honest truth. One, I'll probably be the worst person in your alliance war. I'll probably hold you back. Because even though I know I don't give myself as much credit as I probably should, I still have the ultimate respect for those players, and compared to them, I probably suck. But the second thing is, I don't want to go up against 5 or 6 straight 26k PI god tier defenders. I don't want to do that. I don't care what the rewards are. That makes me want to quit the game. I hate the game during that time. I want to have fun. I want to be Alliance War free if need be, and maybe I should just go to a normal map or an easy map. I don't know, in silver, or is there something less than silver? Is it like 10? Maybe a fake gold, fool's gold tier, whatever it is. Just have fun. I want to have fun in this game. And I want to spend time developing my YouTube channel and continuing to make videos. I'm getting so many great ideas from users that don't have YouTube channels but really want their ideas to come to fruition, from champion improvements to event improvements to even new ways to improve Alliance Wars. So I want to spend my time on that without actually hurting a alliance and saying, oh man, I feel guilty because I just spent an hour and a half creating a video when this alliance really needed me to be in Alliance War more. That's not fair to the alliance that I'm in. So I don't know what I'm going to do going forward, but you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to spend a crazy amount of time in Alliance War, and I have even less motivation. Gold 1 was kind of like the perfect balance of great rewards with not too much stress. I think getting rid of defender diversity is the worst idea possible, especially now that we are seeing so many champions that are RNG dependent to cause further damage. It's one thing to play a champion like even Void, where you know that you can not trigger certain things if you play a skilled way. But when you're playing someone like a Domino that through literally luck, you're losing health for no reason, you're just gonna die. And I think that every great alliance is gonna make adjustments, and they're gonna be okay. They always are. But personally, Alliance War used to be hell when you had to go through rows and rows of the same defender that was crazy good. I don't care if you know they're coming. If you put 5 straight 5-star rank 4 or rank 5 Medusas on a line, good luck. Good luck with that. And I'm not optimistic. I think this is just further reason why, if you want to keep enjoying the game, you should play the monthly quest and 100% uncollected. You should become uncollected if you haven't yet. And just Alliance Quest, even though the rewards aren't great, is still fun and pretty easy to not have to burn through items on, even on day 5. And just enjoy the game. This is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be something that feels like work. So thanks for watching, YouTube. I hope that these changes do not cause further anxiety and burnout. It's nice that seasons are now 1 month instead of 2, but it's kind of like the equivalent of saying, We'll make it your prison sentence half as long, but we'll double the torture rate. So it's the quality of the pain over the quantity of the pain, if you will. And I think that's still a recipe for burnout. I just want to have fun. I want to grow my YouTube channel. I want to help people, especially who are starting out in the game and have no idea what to do. And I'm fine with not getting Alliance War rewards. I'll save my units and I'll use them to revive my champions that are still great if need be, and just play on my own. Good luck, though. Are you excited about these changes? Am I wrong? Am I being way too negative again? Am I being a hater? Tell me the truth, because, I want your feedback, and I am wrong all the time. So today is a day that ends in Y, so why should today be different? But maybe you're like me. Maybe you look at these changes and you think, oh no, this is opening Pandora's box to everything that Defender Diversity especially was supposed to prevent in the future. And I'm going to take a deep breath and not think about Alliance Wars for the rest of the day. That's going to be a good day. Thanks for watching, YouTube.